and welcome to the Double Fall Podcast. I'm one of your co-hosts, Will. I'm accompanied by my good friend, Coach Jeremy, and tomorrow we have the last two matchups in the Roland Garros 2025 quarterfinals. Let's get right into it. First match of the day, the morning session. Jannik Sinner, the 1 seed, who has been absolutely decimating and assassinating his competition on his way here, versus the surprise of the tournament. Alexander Bublik upsets Draper. Come on, in 4 sets. Jeremy, I don't think anybody saw that coming.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, when he won, like everything, I was like, borderline crying tears of joy just for him. Like, so many people counting him out. You know, not saying we were, people that were counting him out, but we weren't not counting him out.
He just
You
wasn't in the
know,
conversation. He was just like an
yeah.
afterthought.
Like I always saw so much potential in it. Even in like 2019, like 2020, I'm like, yeah, this Bubla kid's got potential. And like a few of the coaches that I was working with at the time were like, nah, he doesn't have it all. Like he's going for all these crazy shots. Like he's not gonna last. Just flash. All we have to do is flash forward to now. It's like, yes, man, makes a unseeded run to the quarterfinals, taking out Draper, who I'm sure a lot of people had in the semis, if not the finals, for good reason.
I
The
thought he
way
could
that
push
guy was
Sinner.
playing all season. Yeah. And I mean, if Bublik's able to take the racket out of Draper's hands, then who's to say he can't take it up a notch? But unlikely. For sure.
Yeah.
Unlikely. The way Sinner, Alcaraz, and I would, this is definitely people would be like, nah, like you have no ground to stand on here. But I would say Musetti has been as dominant as those two have.
He's right there.
Like,
I
and
put him as my
Djokovic,
number 3.
Djokovic also, has been dominant, and Zverev for that matter. Like, these guys have all been a cut above. I would put those 5 guys a cut above the rest of the field, the entire tournament. Like, if this was the third round, I would say the same thing.
Yeah,
these
definitely.
these 5, but like pretty much them alone. Like I would say of the quarterfinalists, yes, 7 of them were like totally vetted, earned the right to be there. Like the only guy that did not quite earn it, in my opinion, was Alexei Popyrin. Bit of a merchant there, taking
not
out Nuno Borges.
not to throw
You
any shade
know,
on Poppy,
yeah, like
but
he showed that he's got it on clay. But anyway,
yeah,
yeah. Moral of the story. So we're talking about Bublik versus Sinner. It's anyone versus Sinner who's not named Alcaraz, and
it's
I think
Sinner.
maybe Musetti. I think
I agree.
maybe Djokovic, Zverev. I don't know.
Maybe on their
He's
best
due,
days.
but
Yeah, but
Bublik upsetting Draper and then upsetting Sinner the next round. It's so unlikely and unheard
yeah,
of.
I
Like
mean,
it's almost comparable to the reason no one was able to win a tournament besides like Federer, Nadal, Djokovic, and then Murray, Wawrinka kind of lumped in there. Delpo and Cilic had their random runs, and then after all that, team.
yeah.
But like the reason is you're gonna run into another one in the next round, so you just can't. No one could get back-to-back wins on those guys,
Oh yeah,
right?
Zverev was like, I have the hardest possible draw left. Like he's got Djokovic, then Sinner, then Alcaraz. Like that's what it takes to win a slam right now, because these guys aren't
Insane.
lose. They're not losing before the quarterfinals anymore. I mean, Bublik knows he's the
Yeah.
underdog. He was kind of throwing the kitchen sink at Draper. I think we're going to see the same kind of crazy approach, like super high risk tennis against Jannik, because Bublik knows he can't bang with Jannik straight up for 5 hours. Like he said that. He's like, I just know I can't hang with these like elite guys physically. So he said he has to take his chances and take risk. And against Draper, he was absolutely possessed. Like I thought Draper was playing lights out, very solid defense, getting so many balls back. Draper is like an absurd athlete. He's an absolute animal. Bublik was like, he saw Draper. He's like, what is this, UFC? Like, this guy's massive. Like, Draper is a physical specimen. And Bublik knew that, he has to not play, like, take his chances and kind of paid off. Against Sinner, that's a different animal, though, because he's not going to let him breathe.
Yeah, Bublik as like one of the most athletic 6'6", like 6'6" people in the
Yeah,
world is like, wow, Draper's quite a physical specimen.
yeah.
That's definitely what's going through his
Bublik's
head.
got that profile too. He's huge.
Well, it's polarizing for Bublik, and it always has been. It's like he's got all these touch shots, and he's always like tried his best to incorporate them into his game, but he's a 6'6" serve bot. So it's like,
But he has a massive
where
serve.
where do you find where do you find that you know happy medium between the two? And strangely enough, looks like Roland Garros 2025.
Out
He's
of
kind of
nowhere.
just found that. He's like, oh my God, wait, I if I bomb this serve out wide, then I can just hit a nasty drop shot and it's like gonna die on this play. Like,
Yeah.
wow, he's just onto something here. And
Yeah.
unfortunate that he has to run into Sinner. I think him running into anyone else in the semifinals, regardless of if it's Djokovic or Alcaraz or Musetti,
Yeah, but those are the guys you're going to
but
be playing at this stage.
that's the thing.
Bublik's basically a
Sinner's just the one
sacrificial
guy.
lamb.
I don't give Bublik a single chance,
Yeah, no, I think it's going to
unfortunately.
be. I think maybe he can like be close for a set. One set's going to be like 6-0 and then like 6-4. Like it's going to be unpredictable and it's just going to be another Sinner masterclass and Sinner's not going to be tested until the semifinals. So I think I'm going to go, what did I say there? Like 6-4 first set Sinner, then 6-1 Sinner, and then like 7-5 Sinner. That's the score
I think,
prediction.
but no, yeah, I think it's runaway traffic for Sinner. Like it's been all tournament. I mean, he's run into plenty of, you know, um,
It's tough to see
you know,
otherwise.
yeah, well, and players to that could take a set off of almost everyone in the game on his road, but not happening to him. Alcaraz, has he only dropped the set to Shelton? Like,
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We could talk about that match tomorrow. That was
oh yeah, no,
unbelievable.
yeah,
But
next
yes,
one.
Sinner has basically only lost to Alcaraz for like the past year. He's beaten everybody else. I don't think that changes here.